Hello and welcome to Nerdsplain,
Hello, everybody.
hosted by Collin.
I'm Ronnie.
And today we have got a very interesting episode. We are right on the verge of a whole bunch of more interesting shit happening.
Oh yeah. We're gonna start off with a AMD Zen, the thing I expected to rival an i5, and is rivaling an i7.
But not just a normal i7.
An extreme core i7, the 6900K. That is damn good.
Yeah. Apparently it is the top Zen processor, which is codenamed Ryzen, I guess, is competing with the i7 6900K, which is Intel's top-of-the-line Extreme Series i7 processor.
It's their top 8 core. They still have a 10 core that's over it, but they wanted to compare their 8 core to Intel's 8 core. The interesting thing about it is AMD finally it's an 8 core hyper-threaded, where they're not calling it hyper-threaded. I can't remember what they're calling it, but
It's just 8 cores, 16 threads.
yeah, well, they have a name for their threading. It's like
Super threading.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what it is.
I think it's multi-threading actually, but
Ultra threading.
but they finally have that.
Giga threading.
So that's a huge boost to them. It runs at 3.4, and I think it has 20 megabytes.
Well, it's a
of
3.4
cache.
plus.
Yeah, 3.4 plus, meaning that's the minimum it's gonna be. They don't know what it's gonna release at yet. They're just leaving it open. It might release at 3.4.
Yeah, it can reliably game at 4K.
Yeah, apparently it's on par with the 6900K, so that, if you want to look up benchmarks of that, they did it with 2 Titan X's.
2 Titan XPs, right?
Yeah, 2 Titan XPs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2 Titan XPs.
Mm-hmm. And it's gonna be on the AM4 motherboard, like the AM4 socket. I mean.
Yeah. For anyone that's not like super techie, I apologize about this.
Oh yeah, just
you might learn a thing or two though. AMD traditionally, for the past about 5 to 10 years, have not been amazing with processors. They've kind of lagged behind.
Mm-hmm.
Their top processor right now, the 9590, is a fucking mess. It's still powerful. It's just, what is it, like 220 watt TDP?
Yeah.
Something like that. It comes with a liquid cooler.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, it has their new Ryzen CPU has a better TDP than Intel's.
Oh yeah, slightly better TDP.
Which, that's not
No.
something AMD
I
is
think
known for.
it's TDP. Okay, yeah, no, no, never mind. I was gonna say something, but I realized it sounded kind of stupid.
They're gonna finally have DDR4, which hopefully will drive down the price of DDR4 RAM.
Yeah, it was $30 like a month ago, and now it's $40 for an 8 gig stick.
I wonder if that's just for I don't know why it's going up, but I wonder if that's for Christmas.
That's kind of shitty because I need to get some RAM.
I know. Yeah, he's finally upgrading his build.
Yeah, just for anybody who doesn't know, Nerdsplain episode 1 was a day late, right? And it was a day late because my computer takes 4 hours to render a 1 hour episode. And it fucked up the first time and tried to render 2 hours with just random bits spliced in here and there. So it took 8 hours to render. And then I ended up getting a fucked up product in the end, so I had to go back and fix it.
Yeah, no worries. That shouldn't happen again. We'll be, we're recording a day ahead this time, and by the end of the week, by the time we record next time, I will have my computer back up and running, and it's a beast, so it should be fine.
Yeah, it'll just blow through the next episode.
Yeah. But back to Ryzen.
Is there anything even left to say about it?
Yeah, PCI 3.0 is coming.
Did I not say that already?
We talked about the AM4 socket and DDR4.
Oh yeah, shit, yeah.
But
PCI
yeah.
3.0, finally.
Yeah, took them a long ass time, but yeah. And hopefully this will make Intel get their shit together, because I don't know how much you guys have noticed, any of the techies listening. Intel has made about a 10% improvement over the past like 3 to 4 years, maybe longer.
Well, okay, so let me explain the situation real quick. So, Intel, a few years back, right, was about on par with AMD. AMD was a really good processing company, just about on par with Intel. And they had their Phenom line, they had some of their earlier Athlons. They were all really good processors.
Yeah, and back then, they pushed each other.
Yeah.
They were constantly coming out with better and better.
So Intel, what they did was they did some really illegal and shady shit. They went and paid off a whole bunch of OEM desktop manufacturers and laptop manufacturers to use Intel chips. And it gave them basically a monopoly on pre-built computers. And back then, a whole lot of people weren't really building their computers. The PC building market didn't really take off until between the 2010s. But Intel went and paid off all these big companies, and they got their processors out there so much that basically it was just a game of attrition with AMD. And AMD just couldn't compete because they didn't pay off all these manufacturers. And they ended up losing a whole bunch of profits. And due to that, they couldn't fucking put any money in their processors. So their processors have been kind of shitty for a little while.
Yeah, but they're finally catching up, and I don't want anybody listening thinking we're like AMD fanboys or anything. Like, personally myself, quite the opposite. I would suck Intel's dick, but I want them to have competition because it's been so long since they've had competition.
I think that having competition makes the marketplace healthier.
Oh yeah, because look at the GPU market right now and the boost Nvidia had to do to keep up with, like to stay in competition with AMD.
Oh yeah, now AMD's gonna come out with Vega.
Oh yeah,
and that's gonna push it even further. Like, most people don't know. Most people ignore the Radeon cards, at least the last gen Radeon cards, even though they were pretty good. Like, you had the R9 Fury, which is about on par with the 1070.
But a little bit cheaper.
It's quite a bit cheaper. I think it's like over $100 cheaper, isn't it?
I mean, it does have its disadvantages as far as I don't think it supports DirectX 12 and stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure it does support DirectX 12.
It might. DirectX 12, like, it might semi-support it the same as like the 970 and stuff does.
It's not semi-support. It still fully supports it.
No, well, there's some features it doesn't support.
I mean, it supports DirectX 12.
Yeah, just there's some features it doesn't. I can't remember what all the features are, but there are some that graphics cards didn't start supporting them until Pascal came out.
Yeah. Hopefully, when Ryzen comes out, it's as good as it's being shown to be.
I'm currently worried that they're testing it against a what's the right word for it? Like an underpowered 6900K, because there was some rumors that they were gonna do that comparison. Like, basically, there was the rumor that they were taking off the turbo clock.
Although that's not like proven for this test.
Yeah, it hasn't been proven for this test, but it was just a rumor that they were going to do that.
I don't think they did that.
They might not have.
They probably have like the turbo clock of their own. That might be what the 3.4 plus means.
Yeah, I'm waiting for more stuff to come out though, and some actual. I can't wait for some consumer benchmarks and stuff to come out and truly show how good it is, because you don't get that true of a show just from them, but I really hope it's as good as what it's showing now, because that'll be great. But let's stop talking about this so everybody that just has no idea what we're just rambling on about.
Yeah, it's probably not the best segment to open with.
Yeah.
So next segment, we could talk about the Nintendo Switch.
Oh boy.
A whole bunch of shit was shown about the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo said they weren't going to show it off till January. And they're fucking liars.
Oh, yeah.
They're fucking liars big time, because they showed it off on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, they, like Jimmy Fallon laid down and they set it up on top of him and showed it off on him.
Yeah, and they just recorded it with a shitty camcorder.
Yeah.
No, they went on Jimmy Fallon, and they had like a demo of Super Mario Run, which looks decent. And then they had like a mystery block from Mario, and the question mark block, and they pulled it up, and under it was a Nintendo Switch, and Jimmy Fallon lost his shit like he does at everything.
He was so happy.
Yeah. But
I think there was also there was a kid in the he looked like he might have been around 35, about 500 pounds, wearing a Super Smash Brothers t-shirt. He was currently playing Super Smash Brothers. He started crying. It was pretty emotional for him.
Oh man. But the big thing here is that they showed it playing Zelda in real time. And that was a big thing, because they, in the Nintendo Switch trailer, I think what they did was they didn't show gameplay of any games running on the actual Switch, except for maybe like that Mario game, the unannounced Mario game that was on there. Because when you look at the footage for Zelda, it looks like Wii U footage, because it has like the frame rate drops and shit during the trailer. And I'm pretty sure they just just fucking edited the footage in there. I'm pretty sure they just had someone playing with like a fake ass Nintendo Switch in the trailer.
Probably. But it was running really good on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, it was running, constant FPS. There weren't any noticeable drops, and it looked current gen. Like, it did not look like a last gen game. It didn't look like a slightly up-resed Xbox 360 game.
It might actually end up more powerful than current gen.
Yeah,
because they're partnering with Nvidia, and I'm not sure what they have in it.
That leads into the next part of this.
Yeah,
which is that trusted sources, reportedly trusted. I don't 100% trust them because I don't know the sources. But quote, trusted sources say it's running Dark Souls 3 well, which, if true, is pretty good, because the rumors for the Switch is that it's running on an NVIDIA Tegra chip, which we're going to get more into spec shit here. So the NVIDIA Tegra is the chip behind the NVIDIA Shield, which was a decent little tablet. But if they're running a newer NVIDIA Tegra, which it looks like they have to be running games of this caliber, Dark Souls 3 and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild at a decent frame rate, then they're going to have to be using a newer kind of Tegra. Which means the Switch is probably really fucking powerful. And also NVIDIA is probably going to be working with the developers for the Nintendo Switch. Unlike AMD, because AMD, for people who don't know, are the people that have made the APUs for the
PS4 and the Xbox One.
Yeah, they're pretty much the exact same thing, except the PS4 is clocked slightly higher, ever so slightly higher.
Yeah, they gave AMD $1 extra.
Yeah. And they've kind of had a hands-off approach with it. So developers don't really get a whole lot of help when making games for the Nintendo or for the newer gen consoles. But NVIDIA, if they work directly with these developers, can help optimize their games even better for these systems. And so not only will it have pretty powerful hardware behind it, but it'll also have the full support of NVIDIA working with the developers.
Yeah, and I also mentioned NVIDIA also is capable of taking more of a risk than AMD right now. So there's a chance they're putting a really powerful Tegra chip in this and taking a loss.
I don't think NVIDIA's taking the loss. I think if anyone's taking the loss, it's Nintendo.
Well, Nintendo might also be. NVIDIA might also be taking a loss, but in the same way the PS3
I don't think NVIDIA's taking the loss, because see, the thing is that NVIDIA doesn't make money off the Nintendo Switch's sales. Mm-hmm. I mean, they make money off of how many Nintendo makes, but they're if they're making a loss on the system, they're not going to be making back money from the games. That's why Nintendo would be willing to take a loss on it, is because they'll make back the money in games.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so they're probably not.
Yeah, that's the only reason people take losses on consoles, is because, they figure someone will buy a console and they'll buy 3 or 4 games for it, and then that'll make them the money back. Mm-hmm. But NVIDIA will not make money back from game sales. So I don't think NVIDIA is taking a loss on it. I think if anyone's going to take a loss on the Switch, it's going to be Nintendo.
Yeah. But I am happy they're working with NVIDIA. And NVIDIA's proven themselves to be pretty damn good.
Yeah. Also, if you look at the video, the screen on the Switch actually looks decent. Mm-hmm. Like, it has, like, nice viewing angles and shit. Like it looks like whenever you're using it in public, or however the fuck normal people would use the Switch.
Fucking in their bed.
I guess not normal people. Normal people aren't going to take the Switch out and be like, "You're playing video games too? Let's take our little fucking, what do they call them? Joy-Cons and fucking masturbate with them."
Yeah. Look, I got the newest amiibo. Let me explain that to you.
Amiibo. Oh shit! I got confused for a second because I thought you were trying to say amigo.
No, amiibo.
God.
Have you ever had one of those people just sit there and explain how cool amiibos are to you?
No.
I have. Fuck that guy. I hate amiibos because of him.
Amiibos are fine.
Yeah, but I hate him because of him. Because he sat there and explained how cool they are to me. And I had to sit. I was trying to fucking study.
Like, they're like normal toys, right? Like you can buy a toy like that for like $15, right?
Yeah.
But it's also like DLC. And that's the shitty part, is that I don't like the DLC trapped behind the toy model. Like, it's basically their version of Skylanders with less content.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, none of this is even the coolest part about the Switch. Portable Skyrim.
Portable Dark Souls 3 will also be pretty cool.
I'm more excited for portable Skyrim. I love Skyrim.
I'm more excited for a portable console Zelda game.
Yeah, that'll be pretty cool.
I'm also really excited for the rumored Pokemon Stars. Sounds really gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is rumored to be the upgraded version of Pokemon Sun and Moon that will be released for the Nintendo Switch. And if true, why? Why, Nintendo? Why, Game Freak? Why? You had the opportunity there. Why not call it Pokemon Eclipse? Sounds so much fucking cooler.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Why call it Pokemon Stars? That sounds really fucking gay.
Well, have you seen the ideas they've had for Pokemon in the last little while? They don't have the brightest people making their ideas.
The Pokemon in the new region aren't that bad.
Yeah. But
even the ones in Gen 6, it was pretty much just Gen 5 that was really shitty.
Yeah.
Because that was the generation where they had like the key ring and the fucking chandelier.
Sword.
And the fucking no, I think the sword was 6th gen.
Really?
Maybe. I don't fucking know.
That one's still bad.
Yeah.
The
and
trash.
they had the fucking trash and the ice cream cone and the giant ass snowflake.
Which generation is Scraggly? The most racist Pokemon of all.
Oh, yeah.
The big tooth sagging pants Pokemon.
I think that was 3rd gen.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
No. It was at least 4th gen. It wasn't 3rd gen.
You sure?
Yeah, it was at least 4th gen.
I'm not sure.
I actually think it was 5th gen. Because
it might be.
Yeah.
I stopped learning the names of Pokemon after the 4th gen.
Yeah.
Like I learned the names of a couple of the Pokemon in 5th gen in Japanese. Because I was following it whenever it was like in Japan and shit. I remember it was like Pokaboo and some shit, and like Mijumaru.
Mm-hmm. I have actually read the entire Pokedex up through 3rd gen.
What the fuck? I used to sit there whenever I was bored and like waiting to go home from piano practice. Mm-hmm. I'd sit there on the steps of my piano teacher's place and waiting for my mom, and I'd get on my Game Boy and I'd get on Pokemon and I'd watch Teachy TV in Pokemon Fire Red.
Yeah. Yeah, I learned a lot about the different Pokemon, and I got really into Pokemon in around 2007.
Did you know that bug-type Pokemon are weak to fire? Did you know that if you set a bug on fire, it dies?
Oh, man. Bug-type is probably the shittiest type.
No, it's decent for... Really? Yeah, it's decent. All the Pokemon types have their own weaknesses and advantages.
Bug-type is one of the shittiest to me, because one of the first type, and one of the types you are almost guaranteed to have on your team, is a flying type. Almost everybody on their team has a flying type, and they will wreck the shit out of bug types.
Like a bug dragon type is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, currently I think fairies are the most powerful, though.
Yeah. But, going off of our big ass Pokemon tirade that we just did, I guess.
Yeah, I know you guys love listening to that, all this nerd shit so far.
Pokemon Go!
Yeah!
Okay, so first, huge news for Pokemon Go. It's a Starbucks.
Yeah.
It's a Starbucks in Sprint.
Yeah, so
They're
now...
trying to lure in your kids. Hide your kids, hide your wife. They're coming for your Pokemon.
Kids don't go to Starbucks. 16-year-old girls and 25-year-old hipsters go to Starbucks.
We went to Starbucks that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever we were waiting on those girls to go see that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Starbucks for like 2 hours. They never fucking showed up.
No, they showed up eventually.
They showed up after like 2 hours of us waiting for them, and we got into Paul Blart Mall Cop a little bit late.
Yeah, we missed the beginning of Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Why the fuck did you make me go see Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 again?
I don't know.
We ended up seeing Ex Machina the same night.
Yeah, because we had to make up for watching that piece of shit.
That was the only reason I proposed that too. We should have just gone to see Ex Machina in the first place.
Probably, yeah.
You might have gotten some puss if you saw that. Paul Blart 2 does nothing but fucking turn a girl off.
You're saying Paul Blart, the mall cop, doesn't turn on girls?
I really fucking hate Kevin James. Like, honestly, most people feel indifferent towards him, but I hate, like, Adam Sandler's whole group of friends. Like, fucking Rob Schneider. I hate him, too.
I like Adam Sandler if he has the correct role. He just hasn't for the past 15 years.
He had one correct role.
No, I like his early movies.
In Click.
I like almost all of his movies before Click.
How do we get to this?
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's talk
No.
Adam Sandler.
Let's keep going for a second. I hate Kevin James because the joke of Kevin James is that he's fat. That's the joke. Is that funny? Is it funny?
It can be, but he doesn't make it funny.
Well, there's no other joke. There's nothing building upon it.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm fat and I'm doing stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the only people that's been able to get away with that joke and still remain at least somewhat funny is fucking Gabriel Iglesias.
I don't like Gabriel Iglesias either.
Really?
I really don't like him either.
I can laugh at him.
Because he's not even like, I'm fat and that's funny. He's like, I'm fluffy, and he tries to like make up other names for it, and it just gets really fucking cringy.
Yeah. I still laugh at his shit though, so I can't talk bad about him.
I don't know.
Like if a comedian gets a laugh out of me, then I gotta give him a little bit of credit.
I don't know. Karan gets a laugh out of me.
Oh my god, guys, go look up Young Powell. Y-U-N-G.
I'll link it in the description.
Yeah, you'll link it.
I'm gonna put a picture on screen right now. You guys click that picture. It's gonna be a picture of the turd emoji, and you need to go check out my friend Karan.
Oh man, greatest rapper ever. Oh man.
Yeah, actually, he used. We need to talk about that music video real quick. I know. We're already off. We're already like 7 ways from our proposed like bullet points here, but we need to talk about this real quick. Okay, so he has a song. What is it? Was it Lil Shawty Flexed Up?
Yeah, Lil Shawty.
Yeah, is that the name of it?
Or is it Flexed Up on a Thoughty or something?
No, I think it's Lil Shawty Flexed Up.
Yeah.
And he has a whole bunch of.
It's just like screenshots of Snapchat and Instagram of a bunch of different like 5s and 6s, and
all from our hometown.
Yeah.
Well, actually, my hometown's in Massachusetts, but it's where we went to high school.
Yeah. Claxton, Georgia, fruitcake capital of the world.
That's not a joke. That's not a joke. Being like, aha, they're fruitcakes.
Yeah, no, like legit. Look up fruitcake capital of the world. That's where we went to high school.
Yeah. And
that little shit stain on society.
You talking about Karan or Claxton?
Oh no, Karan has helped society so much more than Claxton.
Okay, so it was a screenshots of a whole bunch of different 5s and 6s from our town, and
then I notice a 7 pops up, and I know her. I'm friends with her. And so I send the video to her. I'm like, "Hey, do you have any knowledge of this?" And she replies almost immediately, "No, what the fuck?" So he has this music video of a whole bunch of different girls that don't know they're in his music video.
It's not even really a music video. It's just
It's a slideshow.
It's a slideshow of a bunch of different pictures of girls.
Yeah, and it's real creepy.
That is real creepy. Plus, he raps with no emotion, and his voice sounds like he's always going through puberty. Like, it sounds like it's in a perpetual state of voice cracking.
Yeah, not even like the in stages of puberty where it would be, oh, kinda okay. It's like he just started puberty.
Yeah.
Like he's
like,
still.
It's worse than my brother's voice.
Yeah. Oh man. But still, go listen to it. Like, click the link. Go listen to it. Watch all of his videos. We're gonna make that bitch famous.
Okay. Also, the actual big news for Pokemon Go.
Oh yeah.
The actual big news for Pokemon Go.
Keep talking about Quran.
They finally got Pichu and Togepi.
Yeah, they're like, finally 2nd gen. Kinda.
You get 2 Pokemon.
Yeah, you get the ones you can hatch from eggs.
That's I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent about that. I don't like Pichu because he's the shittiest character in Smash Brothers. I don't like Togepi either. Just cause
I'm okay with Togepi.
I like its evolutions better.
Do they have its evolutions in there? That's the question, though.
I don't think so.
Oh man, if they don't have its evolutions, then that's shitty.
Oh, they also updated Pokemon Go. I don't think you've played it recently, but they updated it to where you can like mass transfer Pokemon. Yeah, you like hold down and you can just select a whole bunch of Pokemon to transfer.
Oh yeah, no, I had to. Yeah, it's been a while. Well, my battery can't handle that game. I just turn it on and my phone dies.
Yeah, Pokemon Go looking better. It's looking up for you, Pokemon. Okay, so moving on to trailers this week. First, we've got... Whoops, I accidentally bumped the mic there.
Yeah,
First,
sorry,
we've
guys.
got... Yeah, I'll just... accidentally bumped the mic there, guys. Whoops.
Oh man, sorry for your bleeding ears.
So we've got... First trailer. The big one. Baywatch.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
I'm more excited, more than anything about this movie, about Vulture. And I know some SJWs might come after me. What? All the diversity in this movie, you're excited about the old white man? Yeah.
Yeah, because...
I'm racist. No. Okay, so from what I've heard from onset,
he looks pretty badass.
Apparently he's terrifying. Tom Holland said he's scared of him.
That's good.
Yeah, although Tom Holland is kind of a piss boy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Tom Holland though.
What I found interesting in it is so always Spider-Man has kind of been a little bit of an outlaw, but not that much. It's just kind of been like the newspaper talks bad about him. In this trailer, it seems like...
Get me pictures of Spider-Man!
In this, though, it seems like, people are actually coming after him. Like, he's a legit outlaw, and people are coming after him for it.
What?
Yeah, remember
How the fuck did you get that vibe out of there?
Whenever he climbs to the top of the building and there's helicopters and shit shooting at him.
That's because he climbed the fucking Washington Monument, dude.
Well, yeah.
That was the Washington... That wasn't just any random building. That was the Washington Monument.
Yeah.
They're gonna shoot at you whether or not you're a superhero if you climb the fucking Washington Monument.
Yeah, but they're not gonna send... Well, yeah, he is a superhero, so they would send out helicopters and shit for that, but...
Yeah.
We haven't ever seen that kind of response for Spider-Man for anything he's done, and he's climbed a lot of buildings.
There was in Amazing Spider-Man. And they had, like, the police going after him, and they were like,
yeah.
Spider-Man is a menace to society. And it was, like, his girlfriend's dad.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, his girlfriend's dad died. Okay, spoiler alert for Amazing Spider-Man, like a 5-year-old movie at this point. It was like,
fuck you guys if you haven't seen it yet.
Leave my daughter alone. Don't go near my daughter. And then, like, the very end of the movie, literally, like, 3 minutes later, he goes after his daughter.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Homecoming looks good though. Looks real good. Vulture looks awesome. Spider-Man. Okay, so it seems like what they're trying to pull here is like the big thing is going to be when he gets like the web wings. I think what they're gonna do though is they're gonna get an Iron Spider suit, and they're not gonna unveil that till the movie, and that's gonna be the big thing for the movie.
Yeah, and from what it seems, we might not get an Iron Man movie for a little while, because we're basically just gonna get an Iron Man movie spread out through the next few Spider-Man movies.
I only want them to make another Iron Man movie if it's worth it. Like I was one of the few people that liked Iron Man 3, right? Because I'm a really big Shane Black fan. Shane Black's my dude.
I liked Iron Man 3.
Most people didn't like it that much. I personally, my least favorite is Iron Man 2.
I can see that.
But I liked Iron Man 3. I liked Iron Man 1. Iron Man 2 was just kind of meh for me. But I only want them to make Iron Man 4 if it's worth it.
But it seems like they're not going to do that for a while. They're just going to focus on him being with Spider-Man.
Jon Favreau is signed on to, I think, The Lion King. And I think a Jungle Book sequel. Yeah, he's doing The Lion King.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Yeah, hopefully. Although I'm wondering why they're doing a live-action Lion King when there's going to be no people. There's no people at all. There was like one person in Jungle Book at least.
Yeah. But in Lion King, it's legit just animals.
It's the circle of CGI.
Hey, good CGI though.
Yeah. If it's CGI like Jungle Book, I'll be fine with it.
Oh man, I hope it's CGI like...
They got to get a better voice actor, though. They cannot bring back Matthew Broderick. Fuck Matthew Broderick. That guy killed people. Not even joking. He legit killed people.
Maybe they're going to go with CGI like Star Wars prequels. Let's hope they go with that CGI.
Okay, back to Spider-Man, though. Back to Spider-Man.
You don't even want to get on that topic.
Back to Spider-Man.
It looks good.
I like the scene where he was like, wait a second, you guys aren't the Avengers.
Yeah.
Because it shows off. I think it's the best so far at showing off Spider-Man's witty side.
Yeah.
Because it's the biggest transformation. Because it shows. I think he's perfectly capturing both sides of Spider-Man, right? Because for me, Tobey Maguire was a better Peter Parker, but Andrew Garfield was a better Spider-Man. And that's because Peter Parker is supposed to be like the nerdy kind of outcast, doesn't really fit in at school. And then Spider-Man is supposed to be like the witty, quippy, fun to be around kind of dude. And it's two completely different sides of the same character. And neither one really got it fully right. Like Tobey Maguire, he had some quips like, it was like, "Joke's on you, Gobby." That gold right there. So he wasn't really able to perfectly capture like the wit of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But he was able to do Peter Parker really well just because he's Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, he just had to.
And then Andrew Garfield comes in, looking like fucking Shawn Mendes, riding around his skateboard in school, not really being that much of a social outcast, but he's just he's just kind of not having that much luck with the girls and getting picked on by the school dick.
Yeah.
It's not what it's supposed to be. It's not, he's not the social outcast he's supposed to be.
Yeah. Which so far they've showed...
He seems too cool for school.
Yeah. Which so far they've showed...
Also, he was like 30.
Yeah. With the very first scene of Spider-Man Homecoming, like the very first scene in the trailer, they really showed how much of an outcast and a nerd and a
oh yeah, he's like fucking looking at that girl's titties.
Yeah, they're just straight.
No, he wasn't actually. I don't think he was looking at her tits.
They were probably staring at her tits.
They were probably staring at her ass.
Yeah, but they were
actually no, they were talking about her sweater. It's probably her tits.
Yeah, but they were just straight staring at her, and they even like mentioned how awkward it was that they were staring that long and didn't stop staring. So
that seems like some shit I would have done if we actually had hot girls at Claxon.
Yeah. Another note about the place we came. The best looking girl was probably the best looking girl was about
my stepsister.
Yeah, was his stepsister, and she's at least a 9.5. But then after her, it dropped down to a 7.
Who was after that?
Fuck, I don't know.
Courtney, maybe.
No, there were a lot of prettier girls than Courtney.
Yeah, I don't know, Laura.
Laura just had big ass titties.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, no,
I was gonna go after Laura in ninth grade.
I tried to.
No one here understands this. This is all foreign to them.
Small red head with big ass titties.
Yeah, I was gonna go after Laura in ninth grade, and then I talked to her, and I was like, "Oh God, no."
Yeah, just most southern thing ever. Like, just imagine a southern accent and then multiply that by 2,000.
Okay, so no, it's not that I don't like Laura. I like Laura. Laura's cool.
Yeah.
Right? It's not she's a bad person. She's a very good person.
Yeah.
I'm not. I am okay. So, I'm gonna confess to multiple crimes here. I have done weed, Molly, coke, Xanax, a few other drugs. I'm not 100% sure. Definitely a few others.
No, nothing as bad as like crocodile meth or any of that stuff.
No. I don't do any of that hard shit.
Yeah, bath salts a few times. Not really.
No. I drink. I'm 20, but I'm turning 20. I'll be 20 in a couple weeks. By the way. So just so you guys can get in your head of how much of a delinquent I am. That.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Laura has never even had sex. She's never touched any type of drug or drink.
Has she ever kissed Alex? I don't think I've ever seen them kiss.
Well, they've definitely kissed. Like, I had to sit in the bus behind them, and they were making out the entire time. Yeah.
Okay, so she's like ultra Christian, and I am ultra atheist. Like, I'm not like ultra militant atheist where I go up to Christians and I'm like, "You're wrong," but like, I'm pretty atheist. I'm pretty anti-theist. I don't like religion. Which that might blast some of you in the comments. If it does, let me know why.
Yeah, he will argue with you about it.
I will. I love arguing.
Yeah,
I started the debate team. I'm a nerd. I'm a delinquent nerd. I am the weirdest combination.
Oh yeah, we've had conversations about it plenty of times because I am a deist.
Yeah, but I'm an anti-theist, which doesn't mean I 100% know God doesn't exist. I 100% don't like religions.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how we got to that from Spider-Man. Oh yeah, titties. Titties! That's how we got titties. That's how we got there. Man, we are like going completely off track here.
Oh man. And more about Spider-Man.
About titties. Baywatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baywatch. Alexandra Daddario. Nice titties.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably about equivalent of Laura's. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice titties. That's pretty much all I'm excited for in this movie. Actually, no. I really am excited for this movie.
It looks really good. I think they're gonna get the comedy right.
It looks kind of like 21 Jump Street style comedy.
Yeah, like I'm pretty excited for it.
There's not a whole lot to say about it, but it looks nice.
Yeah, there's not a lot to say. You know, it
looks like it'll be a fun, serviceable comedy with big titties.
Yeah, there is one huge disappointment though, and I'm sorry to let all of you guys down about this.
Zac Efron's not black.
That too. Damn. So there's gonna be two disappointments.
Oh damn.
So far, at least in the trailer, he's not there, but I don't know if he's gonna be there at all. So far, no David Hasselhoff.
My dad.
Oh yeah,
my dad might be in the movie.
His dad might be in the movie.
My dad might be in the movie. So they were filming this, I think, in Savannah, Georgia. Was it at Tybee?
Yeah.
It was Tybee, and my dad and his girlfriend were at Tybee, and they were filming like some helicopter scene, which I didn't 100% believe because it was Baywatch the movie, but they showed explosions and shit in the trailer, so maybe. They were apparently filming a helicopter scene, and my dad and his girlfriend were in the background doing some shit, I guess, beaching. I don't know. Cool. I don't go to the beach.
So they're just going to be background characters, but that's still pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I knew a kid who was in the movie, what was it, Ghosts of Girlfriends Past or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. That was that movie. He was in that movie. He was a background character in that. He was a really shitty kid. We were like 12 and he looked like he was perpetually stoned. Like, you know Pierce? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looked like Pierce.
At some point we need to see what we need to do to become...
I'm glad we haven't said the last names of any of these people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
At some point we need to see what it takes to become zombies or extras on Walking Dead, because they film near us. Like, they film in Georgia.
I don't know if I'd want to do that.
It'd be cool though. It'd be like, hey, you see that zombie that just got stabbed? At me. Or hey, you see that zombie that's just kind of off in the distance that nobody ever mentions and doesn't even get killed? It's just there, and at me. It'd be cool as shit too if you got to the point it's like, hey, so you get to bite Rick's neck off.
Okay. So we're gonna change this around a little bit because now we're mentioning The Walking Dead. We're gonna. Okay, no. Damn it. Okay.
Yeah, we'll come back to trailers.
No. We'll come back to Walking Dead. On with the trailers.
Okay.
We're gonna go to Planet of the Apes.
Oh,
fuck!
man.
I love Planet of the Apes.
It's
okay. So
for anybody that hasn't seen the trailer, it's pretty weird. So far, it seems there's gonna be no apes in the movie.
What?
And now for everybody that's seen the trailer and knows that's a lie.
Yeah. Okay. So, Ronnie, how many Planet of the Apes movies have you seen? You've seen the remakes, right? Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and you've seen Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
I saw the one that came out in like the 90s. Was there one that came out in the 90s?
Oh, the Tim Burton one?
Yeah.
The 2000 one?
Mm-hmm.
2001?
I've seen that one. I've seen bits and pieces of the original.
Okay, so I have seen every single Planet of the Apes movie.
And I've seen all of the new ones.
I've seen Planet of the Apes. I've seen, what was it? Beneath the Planet of the Apes? I think it was the second one. Mm-hmm. And they had like Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. They had Battle for the Planet of the Apes. And they had... I know they had 5 movies in the original series, and I'm blanking on the names right now because it's been like 4 years since I last watched the whole series. Oh, shit, it's been over 4 years. It's been like 5 years.
Damn.
Yeah, shit, 2016's almost over, so it's been almost 5 years since I've seen the whole series. But goddamn, I love those movies. I know the only good one is the first one. But I love them anyway.
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of the first one, and I liked it, what I could see. Because my dad would watch it a lot, so every now and then I would just sit down and watch it with him, but I never caught it beginning to end.
Yeah. Now, this one's taken a really weird turn. So basically, for anyone that doesn't know, in the original Planet of the Apes series, spoilers for that, by the way, spoilers for like a 50-year-old franchise, at the end of Beneath the Planet of the Apes, there's like these weird mole people who have created this weird civilization underground, and they found nukes, and they worship the nuke, and they're going to set off the nukes at the end of the movie. I think it was Charlton Heston, either that or his replacement. They set off the nukes at the end of the movie and exploded the whole world. Okay, but there were 2 apes. I think it's, I'm trying to remember their names. Cornelius, maybe, something like that. 2 apes in a spaceship that ended up getting blasted by the nukes so fast they traveled back in time to when humans were the dominant species. And that's what happens in the third movie, is that they come back and they're like, holy shit, talking apes. Instead of being like, holy shit, fully bipedal apes. Yeah. Holy shit, people wearing ape makeup. You know, the general shit you would say when you see that. They're just, oh, damn, talking apes. And then turns out one of them gets pregnant. One of them gets preggers and gives birth to an ape that they name Caesar. And then Caesar, in the movie after that, ends up leading a rebellion because they end up enslaving all the kind of smart apes. They end up the apes act kind of like slaves, and Caesar's like, no! Not really like that. That probably was really loud. I'm sorry, guys. But he basically leads an uprising against the humans and has like this big war against them. And as he's about to kill a human, the lady ape he's been fucking with comes up to him and is like, no, like that.
By the way, guys, just if you haven't noticed by now, if you're wearing headphones, proceed with caution if you're going to listen to us.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I know, I'm kind of going off on a tangent here. We're not even really talking about the trailers, just kind of our memories of previous things related to the trailers.
Yeah, it's fine.
But so the reference of that in the first Rise of the Planet of the Apes movie is the first word said by an ape is no. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really fucking interesting. But I love Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes is my shit.
Yeah, I like the route they're going and all now. I'm interested to see exactly what's going to go down in the new movie, except, you know, it's pretty much just going to be a war.
There's a scene where there are humans getting shot at with a helicopter. Mm-hmm. And I swear to God, if there are fucking apes in that helicopter, man. If there are fucking apes in that helicopter.
It also seems like, from the trailer, I got this vibe, it seems like the apes didn't even instigate the fight.
No, they didn't. Did you see the last movie?
Oh, yeah, no, I saw the last one. But it seems like in this one, again, they're trying not to fight, and the humans go and instigate it again.
Yeah. Well, no. In the last movie, what kind of happened was Gary Oldman wanted to get the apes. He wanted to take them out because they were like, oh, shit, those are sentient apes. They're going to take us out. Mm-hmm. And then there was Koba, who was like, okay, yeah, spoilers for everything. Anything we talk about, spoilers. Spoiler alert right now. Spoiler for the whole podcast. Fuck you guys. Go.
Well, yeah, Koba was just an asshole ape.
No, he wasn't just an asshole ape. In the first movie, The Rise of the Planet of the Apes, he was experimented on. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, he had a bad experience with humans,
and so that kind of fucked him up. And he went and started kind of a war thing with the humans, and the humans kind of started a war thing with them, and they blew up a whole bunch of shit. And then at the end of the movie, it was like...
humans really started it, though. They were like, hey, stay out of our area. And humans like, okay, we'll stay out of your area. And then the humans didn't stay out of their area.
Yeah. No, and then at the end of the movie, like, Koba was hanging on, and fucking Caesar was holding him on. And he was like, long live the king, and pushed him off. Not really. It was like, Koba looked at him and was like, no harm, ape. And he was like, you're not an ape. Like that. It was really badass. The new Planet of the Apes movies are really fucking good. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for the Planet of the Apes. Woody Harrelson's going to be in it.
I wonder if Caesar's going to die.
Woody Harrelson... I thought Caesar died in the last movie, honestly. Mm-mm. Like, whenever they pulled that shit, I was like, oh, shit. Caesar's dead. I legit thought Caesar was dead for a little while.
Yeah, no, I think he's going to die in this one, though. I think Woody Harrelson is going to kill him.
I don't think Woody Harrelson's going to kill him.
Mm. They wouldn't give that death to a small character.
I think he's going to end up almost killing Woody Harrelson. And then one of the other apes is going to step up and be like, no! I hope that's how it goes, honestly. And then, last trailer. Fate of the Furious. Big missed opportunity here.
Yeah, they spelled it F-A-T-E, not realizing they could just put F8. Just come on, guys.
F8 of the Furious.
Yeah. Like, come on.
I don't know. I'm not really that excited for this movie. Everybody seems to be hyped for Fast and Furious 8 just because Fast and Furious 7 made a shit ton of money. I saw it in theaters. It was okay.
I stopped watching after Fast 5.
Okay, Fast 5 was where it started getting good, honestly. Okay, because Fast and Furious 1 was like Point Break with cars. Mm-hmm. Fast and Furious 2 was shitty or Point Break with cars. Mm-hmm. Fast and Furious 3 was shitty.
I don't think I even watched that one or 4. I think I skipped 3 and 4 and just...
And then Fast and Furious, the fourth one, it was not the Fast and Furious, the Fast and the Furious. It was just Fast and Furious. Mm-hmm. The fourth one was where it started to kind of understand, okay, we're not cars, we're just action movie with cars. I get it. And then Fast 5 was like, yeah, we're action movie with cars. And that's what they've just been kind of increasing on that.
Yeah.
Like in the last movie, they had like people falling out of a fucking plane.
Yeah, just more and more to
cars.
The point of physics don't count.
Yeah. Physics don't count, like that Need for Speed movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fucking I have a real problem with the one scene where they have all the in the trailer where they have all the cars latch on the tow hooks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he just fucking rips out of them and flips the cars.
Did he do that?
That wouldn't have happened. He would have sat there and spun tires.
Yeah.
He would have like, oh, you're gonna try this, and then just started spinning tires. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna try this.
Yeah. But see, the thing for me is this trailer seems like it is literally pulled right out of a joke. Like, it seems like
they're parodying themselves almost.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I'm still probably gonna watch the movie. It just seems not...
We need to make a drinking game out of it and take a shot every time they say family.
They're probably gonna say it even more in this movie. Because you'd abandon your family, Dom? You'd abandon your family? Your black family? Vin Diesel's kind of like... I'm pretty sure he's like fully white, but he keeps on getting cast in like multi-ethnic roles.
Yeah. What is he? Is he white?
I'm pretty sure he's white. His real name's Vincent, I think.
That could still go
I
black.
think his full name's Vincent.
Like his like one of his grandpas is probably like mixed.
I don't think he's part black. I just think he's like a weird Italian, like Killian.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, like Killian's Mexican, but he's really Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fate of the Furious. The movie I'm least excited for on this list, honestly, actually. I think I'm pretty more excited for Baywatch. Most excited for Spider-Man, but Planet of the Apes is also up there.
All right. That's all the trailers we're going to talk about.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to Walking Dead.
Real quick, I want to say one more thing about Spider-Man. Although I am excited about the movie, I am 1,000% more excited about the game that we have seen like 0.5% of a scene of.
Yeah, come on, Sony, show us that fucking game. Insomniac, get on that shit.
We want it so bad. I'm pre-ordering that shit immediately. Like,
God damn, Insomniac, come on.
I hope they release it and it's just Spider-Man 2.
Me too, actually. I'd be good with that. I'd actually be fine with that.
Yeah.
So, next thing. Walking Dead mid-season finale. Was not a fan.
I liked it. It wasn't all that over the top. It was too slow. This entire season has been too slow.
Okay, so it seems like what they did was they made it an hour and a half and just put in more ads.
Yeah, like, for all of you thinking that was an hour and a half show, we watch it in sketchy ways where we get to get no commercials and we get to see the actual time of the show.
I don't think it was actually 45 minutes.
It was close. I think it at most was a 50-minute show, like 50 to 55-minute show. Okay, and I want you guys to think about that. 55 minutes of show, an hour and a half of showtime. You almost got as much commercials as you got show.
Okay, so Walking Dead mid-season finale. The deaths. Two characters no one really cared about.
Yeah, extremely predictable.
Yeah, who was it? Sebastian and what's her name? Olivia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did not care about
3 deaths. One I'm sad about because I learned the actor is a really awesome guy.
Who?
Fat Joe.
Oh yeah, Fat Joe died.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot about Daryl's a dick ass.
Yeah, if you
I think Daryl's a bad guy now.
Yeah.
Daryl's a bad guy in my eyes. Because he got Glenn killed.
Mm-hmm.
He killed Fat Joe. And he trashed Dwight's room.
Yeah. Yeah, he's turning into a bit of a dick. But he at least he got Rick's gun back, which is probably gonna get his arm cut off.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I was hoping would happen was I was hoping Rick would die. I thought Judith would die.
Yeah.
Judith's already outlived her comic counterpart. Spoiler for the Walking Dead comics, possibly the show. So, Judith does not make it past the prison. She dies whenever the governor attacks the prison in the comics. Mm-hmm. So she's already outlived her comic counterpart in the show.
Yeah, normally when that happens, normally when they outlive their comic counterpart, they get killed off pretty quick or somebody else takes their death or something.
Yeah. So what happens in the comics is Negan and Rick go to war. Rick's already lost his arm. And Negan figures out, oh shit.
Fuck, I just thought about something. You know how I'm really hoping they resolve everything with Negan at the end of this season? They're not going to. Season finale prediction is Rick's arm's going to get cut off. And then we're going to get another season of Negan. And at the end of next season, then Negan gets stopped.
Probably.
And fuck them for doing that.
The mid-season finale of next season is probably going to be them going to war.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I think they're gearing up for war now, aren't they?
No. It shows them gearing up for war.
Yeah, now. So the actual war is probably going to be this season.
It might be.
Yeah, I think they're gonna wrap everything up this season. Actually, they might do that.
I fucking hope so. Rick might not even lose their arm. They might just skip that.
Yeah. But so basically, what happens in the comics is Negan realizes, oh shit, we don't even have to really kill these guys. If we coat all our weapons in zombie guts and blood and shit, then they'll just get infected if we hit them. And so that's what happens. So they attack. A whole bunch of Rick's people die. A few of Negan's people die. And they get to Rick, and Negan's like, "Hey, Dwight, shoot this motherfucker." And he shoots him. But it turns out the arrow that Dwight shot him with wasn't actually coated with Walker blood. So they find out Dwight's kind of on their side. And then they go up to Hilltop, they start to recover, and they set up a trap for Negan, and they shoot down a whole bunch of Negan's men, and Rick goes up to Negan, and he's like, "Yo, Negan, why don't you just stop being a dick-ass? Why don't we just trade like normal instead of you coming here and demanding all our shit?" And Negan's like, "You know what, man? That's pretty reasonable. I can deal." And then Rick cuts his throat.
No, not a bad cut, like, just enough to wound him. Like, not cut his throat and then he chokes and dies.
Yeah. But he cuts his throat. They get into a fight. There's a big fight. Dwight tells Negan's men to stand down, and everything kind of gets better from there.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure they're actually gonna go that route with like his neck getting cut because they foreshadowed it. With
the razor.
Yeah, at the beginning of the mid-season finale, he is shaving. He starts shaving with the razor in the exact spot that Rick is supposed to cut him.
The beard symbolizes power. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Rick had the power, and then he shaved,
and then he lost the power. And Negan just shaved.
Negan had the power, and then he shaved.
And now he might lose the power, and Rick's growing his beard back, I think.
Mm-hmm. The beard is the power. The power of the beard.
And, my prediction is Lucille dies across Carl's back.
Didn't Lucille get shot?
Lucille's already gotten shot, yeah.
Yeah. So that might be that. But yeah, other than that,
she's not destroyed. She just, there's a bullet stuck in her.
Yeah. Pretty uneventful mid-season finale.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot happened.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for better from the next half of the season.
I'm intrigued to see who the mystery man is. I don't know if you caught that. I don't know if you were paying attention enough. Whenever they take the stuff from the boat, it goes and cuts, and you see a guy's boots where he walks up, and you can tell he saw him taking the stuff from the boat.
Oh shit! It's Shane.
Yeah, it's Shane. And at the very end of the season, you see, this basically the same scene, but this time you're seeing Alexandria from the view of his boots.
Hmm?
The mystery man's boots. The first time you see the view
at the end of the season.
That's the end of the season finale.
The mid-season finale.
Yeah, mid-season finale. My bad.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got really confused for a second, honestly.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, you see Alexandria from the view of his boots, so obviously he found his way back there, and I'm interested to see who that's supposed to be. All right.
Okay. So, now, time to talk about the Golden Globe nominees. Ronnie knows, dick about this.
Yeah, I have seen none of these movies.
Yeah, Ronnie's not a real nerd. He's not a movie nerd like me.
I've seen Deadpool.
You've seen Deadpool. I think that's the only one you've seen.
Deadpool deserves everything, though. I love that movie.
It's an okay movie.
I fucking love that movie.
It had some kind of cringy kind of humor in it. Like whenever the car flipped upside down, he was like, "Shit, did I leave the stove on?"
Yeah.
I didn't really like those jokes. A lot of the jokes worked. Some of them didn't. But, at least they attempted them.
It did a really good thing for R-rated superhero movies, though.
I think Logan would probably do more.
Oh, yeah.
Logan will probably do more if it's good. Because that'll give credence to serious R-rated comic book movies. Because, you can do an R-rated comedy. And Deadpool's a really big R-rated movie. But it's not a traditional superhero movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so nominees for Best Motion Picture at the Golden Globes for drama: Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, Lion, Manchester by the Sea, and Moonlight. This is actually a pretty competitive draw here. I think it could honestly go between Manchester by the Sea and Moonlight, but it might go to Hacksaw Ridge.
I really want to go see Hacksaw Ridge. I'm sad that I haven't been able to go see it yet, but I really want to see that movie. I
don't think Hacksaw Ridge will win Best Motion Picture, but I think Andrew Garfield might win
Best Actor.
Yeah.
because he does a really good job there.
Mm-hmm.
And Best Motion Picture for musical comedy, or musical or comedy. I should have enunciated that better. 20th Century Woman, Deadpool, Florence Foster Jenkins, La La Land, and Sing Street. Now, I have not seen Sing Street. I think Florence Foster Jenkins only got nominated because Meryl Streep's in it. But I think this could honestly go between Deadpool and La La Land. Now, I'm kind of rooting for La La Land because I'm a really big Damien Chazelle fan. It's a good movie, too. But
I've heard like nothing about it.
I'm a really big Damien Chazelle fan. He made Whiplash, which was one of my favorite movies. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I kind of have a personal connection to it. He just wants to be the best darn drummer boy he could be. And that's me, Ronnie. That's me.
You want to be the best darn drummer boy you can be?
I am. Andrew Neiman.
Were you rushing or whatever the other thing?
Dragging.
Yeah, are you rushing or
I
dragging?
don't know anything about music.
I just couldn't think of the word.
I was rushing. Sure. No. Yeah, Whiplash is a good movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Also, La La Land. Good movie. You've probably already seen Deadpool. If you're watching this, you've probably seen Deadpool.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Deadpool, why are you watching this?
Go see Deadpool.
Okay.
Like, I have the Blu-ray right over there. Just go put it in and watch it. That's how physics work, guys.
Yeah, you have the Blu-ray. So watch it. Okay, so Best Actor for Drama. Best Actor. Casey Affleck, Manchester by the Sea, Joel Edgerton in Loving, Andrew Garfield in Hacksaw Ridge, Viggo Mortensen for Captain Fantastic, or Denzel Washington for Fences. I honestly think it's a toss-up between Casey Affleck and Andrew Garfield. Now, honestly, damn. You're getting some fucking refined culture here. Burping into the mic while talking about the Golden Globes. Casey Affleck probably going to win it, but I think Andrew Garfield has also a chance of getting it. Now, Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Colin Farrell in The Lobster, Ryan Gosling in La La Land, Hugh Grant in Florence Foster Jenkins, Jonah Hill in War Dogs, or Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool. Now, I think this might actually be a possible place for Ryan Reynolds to pick this up.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be huge, because that's Deadpool. Deadpool possibly getting a Golden Globe.
Yeah. Yeah, that...
Although I kind of want Jonah Hill to get it.
Yeah, Jonah Hill did really good. If you have not seen War Dogs, go see it.
War Dogs was not an amazing movie. It had some issues.
It had some
pacing issues.
Yeah, but I recommend it.
It's an okay movie, but Jonah Hill does amazingly in it.
Mm-hmm.
Jonah Hill is a really good actor. If you still see him as the kid from Superbad, you are sadly mistaken. He's been in Wolf of Wall Street also, where he was really good. He was pretty good in This Is the End, 21 Jump Street. He's been able to stretch his comedic muscles and also show off his dramatic chops.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he did that pretty well in War Dogs.
He's also shown that weight doesn't matter. As in, he can just put it on or drop it off at any given moment.
Yeah, he's the Christian Bale of getting fat.
Like, just, hey, we need you fat for this movie. Oh, you're already fat. Hey, we need you skinny for this movie. Oh, you're already skinny. How do you do that?
So, Best Actress. Amy Adams in Arrival, Jessica Chastain and Miss Sloane, Isabel Huppert, or Elle. I don't know. I haven't actually seen that movie. Ruth... I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'll put it on the screen. I'm not saying that. You're trying to get me. You did this, Ronnie.
Yeah.
And Natalie Portman and Jackie. So, I'm thinking... Oh, man. If you're just listening to the audio, you're not going to get this.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Ruth...
No.
Okay.
No.
No, I'll just hint at what it is. We're white.
No.
We can't say it.
Stop. You're ruining the joke, Ronnie. You're ruining it.
Fine.
Okay, so honestly, I think in this category, it could go to Natalie Portman in Jackie. She did a pretty good job. The movie wasn't amazing. It was still pretty good, though. But Natalie Portman did turn in a pretty good performance there. I want it to go to Amy Adams. I don't think Amy Adams has an Oscar yet, but she sure deserves one. Because Amy Adams is a damn good actress. And she was really fucking good in Arrival. Arrival is probably one of my favorite movies of this year.
It was pretty good.
It was real good. But I'm also like more into like theoretical physics and shit than you are. That's what I spend my free time doing.
Yeah, that's
Just
true.
looking up politics and theoretical physics.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another movie on this list I've seen, though.
Yeah, you've seen Arrival. You have seen Arrival and Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it.
And I'm going to see Hacksaw Ridge.
At some point.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
Best actress in a
Gotta get done
musical or
spending
comedy.
Christmas money.
In a musical or comedy. Annette Bening in 20th Century Woman. Lily Collins in Rules Don't Apply. Haley Steinfeld in Edge of 17. Emma Stone in La La Land. Meryl Streep and Florence Foster Jenkins. So I think this might go to Meryl Streep, but I really want it to go to Emma Stone. There's not a whole lot to say there. I like Emma Stone. La La Land was a good movie. I'm not a huge Meryl Streep fan, but everybody in the Academy seems to like her. So, Best Supporting Actor, Mahershala Ali, Mahershala Mamla, in Moonlight.
Yeah.
Pretty good movie. Actually, really good movie.
Yeah, it's an awesome
that one
movie.
actually
I
might make
haven't
it out
seen
with
it.
That one actually might make it out with it. I'm looking at it now. I'm thinking Moonlight might actually get that Golden Globe.
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges in Hell or High Water, Simon Helberg and Florence Foster Jenkins, Dev Patel in Lion, and Aaron Taylor Johnson in Nocturnal Animals. I like Aaron Taylor Johnson in some roles. Aaron Taylor Johnson has really gotta pick it up. Choose better roles, man. You played Kick-Ass, okay, and then you just kind of got buff, and now you're just playing like you're kind of picking up where Sam Worthington and Taylor Kitsch left off. Stop it, man. You're better than this.
Yeah.
Best Supporting Actress: Viola Davis in Fences, Naomi Harris in Moonlight, Nicole Kidman in Lion, Octavia Spencer in Hidden Figures, and Michelle Williams in Manchester by the Sea. I think this might go to Michelle Williams. However, if it doesn't, it could be a toss-up between any of the other ones. Because these are all pretty good movies.
I have no input here.
You have no input anywhere in here except, Deadpool. Best Director, not even going to wait here. Damien Chazelle deserves it. Best Screenplay. Oh man, this one is honestly going to be a hard one to predict. Because I think it could go between any of the movies that are nominated, which is La La Land, Nocturnal Animals, Moonlight, Manchester by the Sea, Hell or High Water. I think it could go between all of them except Nocturnal Animals. I wasn't really a huge fan of Nocturnal Animals. But it seems like it could go between all of them. Of course, I hope La La Land wins. But I also really did like the other movies. See, Best Original Song. I don't listen to a whole lot. I haven't seen the movie Sing.
Can't Stop the Feeling. Is that the one that's been on
Yes.
the radio a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like that song. Mainly because it's been on the radio too much.
You're a faggot. I mean, I don't like the song either, but you shouldn't dislike a song for that reason.
No, it's because I hear it too often. If I hear a song too much, I just stop liking it. Like, I can still say, a song's a good song. It's just I don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah, okay. But
Like,
so I think Best Original Song might go to La La Land, or maybe Moana. Best Original Score: Moonlight, La La Land, Arrival, Lion, and Hidden Figures. I think that one might actually go to La La Land. Best Animated Feature Film: Kubo and the Two Strings, Moana, My Life as a Zucchini, Sing and Zootopia.
The only one of these I've seen is Zootopia. I really want to see Kubo and the Two Strings. I've only heard of 3 of the movies on this list: Kubo, Moana, Zootopia.
You haven't heard of Sing?
But out of those 3, Kubo really stood out to me, and I really need to go see it.
Okay, so I think Kubo should win. If not Kubo, then My Life is a Zucchini. So, my problem with Moana and Zootopia is they're part of like this new wave of Disney movies. And the new wave of Disney movies are decent for the most part, but they're not great. They're not Lion King. They're not Little Mermaid. They're not Mulan. They're not Aladdin. And it's because they're trying so hard to subvert the older Disney tropes, but they're doing it in the most predictable ways possible.
And a lot of people loved Zootopia. I liked Zootopia. It was fun to watch.
I think they could have solved a major plot hole by just adding in like one line. Okay, so you know how like she grew up on the farm near the fucking nightshade shit? She should have recognized it. All that would have had to happen whenever she heard of like nightshade, she'd be like, that sounds familiar. And that would have fixed that whole plot hole.
Yeah.
That would have fixed the whole plot hole there. But I honestly think Kubo should win this, because Kubo is fucking cool as shit. Best foreign language film, Divines, Elle, Neruda, The Salesman, Tony Erdmann. I don't watch a whole lot of foreign language films. Neruda, probably.
Yeah.
is probably the one I'm going to go with.
Yeah,
here.
Neruda sounds like Naruto, so...
What? Okay, whatever. I bet you don't even know any foreign languages, Ronnie.
Bonjour.
Oui, oui.
Javla.
What?
Guitarra.
That's not French.
I just went through 3 different languages.
Yeah, I know. Oh, damn.
I took a Spanish
damn,
Spanish
I'm tired.
class in college. I quit halfway through.
I took a French class in middle school. I actually learned from that.
I actually started learning Spanish. I was starting to get kind of good at it. And then I found out I didn't need the class, and I immediately dropped it.
Okay, so now Golden Globes for TV. Drama series, The Crown, Game of Thrones, Stranger Things, This Is Us, and Westworld.
I want it to be Stranger Things. It's probably going to be Westworld.
It might be Westworld. It could also go to Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones Season 6 was pretty good. I liked it. That fucking finale. You watched the finale,
Yeah,
but you
saw
don't
the
even
finale.
really watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You need to continue watching Game of Thrones. You got like, what, halfway through Season 2?
Yeah. Well, the season
But you
finale
watched
was
the finale
good, though.
with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good finale, even for not knowing what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
But a lot of people... we need to watch Westworld, because a lot of people have been saying a lot of good
watched the
stuff
first
about
episode, and it was pretty good. Best actress in drama. I don't know how to say that name. I'll also put this one on the screen.
it. Catriona Balfe.
Balfe. I'll just call her Balfe. In Outlander. Claire Foy in The Crown. Kerry Russell in The Americans. Winona Ryder in Stranger Things. And Evan Rachel Wood in Westworld. I honestly think this is probably a toss-up between any of these except maybe Outlander. Best actor in drama. Rami Malek for Mr. Robot. Bob Odenkirk for Better Call Saul. Matthew Rhys for The Americans. Liev Schreiber for Ray Donovan. And Billy Bob Thornton for Goliath. I haven't actually seen Goliath or Ray Donovan.
It might go to Mr. Robot.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I like him in Mr. Robot. I just don't know if he'll get the award.
Yeah, Bob, however you pronounce his last name, Odenkirk in Better Call Saul, does really good. Every actor in that show does really good, but I don't know if he deserves this award.
Best comedy or musical series: Atlanta, Blackish, Mozart in the Jungle, Transparent, and Veep. Have you seen any of these shows?
No, I know of Atlanta though.
Okay, so I think you can go either between probably Atlanta or Transparent here.
I need to watch Atlanta too.
Yeah. Comedy or musical series actor: Anthony Anderson in Blackish, Gail Garcia Bernal in Mozart in the Jungle, or Gael, Gay, Donald Glover in Atlanta, Nick Nolte in Graves, and Jeffrey Tambor in Transparent. Still, I think this could probably go between Donald Glover and Jeffrey Tambor.
Mm-hmm.
Best Actress for Comedy or Musical Series: Rachel Bloom in Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, Julia Louis-Dreyfus in Veep, Sarah Jessica Parker in Divorce, Issa Rae in Insecure, Gina Rodriguez in Jane the Virgin, or Tracy Ellis Ross in Blackish. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Oh, man. Best TV, movie, or miniseries: American Crime, The Dresser, The Night Manager, The Night Of, or The People vs. O.J. Simpson. American Crime Story.
That's probably what's going to get it, actually.
That might get it. Or The Night Of.
Mm-hmm.
One of those is probably going to pick it up. TV, movie, or miniseries: Actor, Riz Ahmed in The Night Of, Courtney B. Vance in The People vs. O.J. Simpson, Tom Hiddleston in The Night Manager, Bryan Cranston in All the Way, or John Turturro in The Night Of. John Turturro could probably pick this up, actually. TV, movie, or miniseries: Actress, Sarah Paulson in People vs. O.J. Simpson, Kerry Washington in Confirmation, Felicity Huffman in American Crime, Charlotte Rampling in London Spy, and Riley Keough in The Girlfriend Experience. I think Sarah Paulson might actually get this one. I think she could probably pull that one off.
Wait, Sarah Paulson. That's from
American Horror Story.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a really good actor.
Okay. Series, TV, movie, or miniseries: supporting actor, Sterling K. Brown in People vs. O.J. Simpson, Hugh Laurie in The Night Manager, John Travolta in People vs. O.J. Simpson, Christian Slater in Mr. Robot, and John Lithgow in The Crown. I think John Travolta might get this, actually.
I want him to.
Which I know John Travolta's kind of become a meme lately, but goddamn, he did pretty good in that show. John Travolta did really fucking well. And now supporting actress for TV, movie, or miniseries: Olivia Colman in Night Manager, Lena Headey in Game of Thrones, Chrissy Metz in This Is Us, Mandy Moore in This Is Us, or Thandie Newton in Westworld. I think this is a toss-up probably between Lena Headey and Thandie Newton. I'm honestly not sure which way it'll go. I'm kind of rooting for Lena Headey because she's really fucking good. But I think that about covers it for Golden Globes.
Yeah. I know we weren't gonna do this, but we were gonna skip Vape Nation this week because we're legit just vaping the same stuff we were last week. And if you don't know what that is, go watch the old video. What are you doing?
Yeah, give us more views, man.
Yeah.
Want
What are
your
you doing?
YouTube money.
Skipping the first video and coming to watch this?
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
No, go to our Patreon right now because of that and donate $10 million.
Yeah. If you skip the first video and you
I
watch
know you guys
this
can't
one,
see. You can't see me right now, but I'm holding my pinky menacingly up to my lip.
But I figured we can talk about what we're vaping out of.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got a shitty vape.
Oh yeah, mine's like super shitty. I got the Smock TFV8 tank, and fuck, grab my thing out of there so I can know the actual name of my vape.
Fucking no. I don't even think is it in there?
Yeah, top drawer.
Oh shit. Whoops, guys. Sorry, we weren't prepared for this.
Yeah, we expected not to be doing it.
It's called the Wismec Rolo RX 2000 or 200S.
Yeah, the RX 200S. It's 200 watts. Pretty nice.
Looks like a box for a watch, dude. Like a really fucking expensive watch.
I know, because it's real fucking expensive.
Yeah, it was like $90.
Well, $90 for this, $50 for the tank.
Yeah. Okay, mine was a much more sound investment. I spent $20 on my Kanger Tech drip box red, and it's okay. Mm-hmm. It's 65 watts. locked. It doesn't like do any of that fancy ass shit. But it came with a RDA, which for people who aren't into vaping, including me, that's like I don't know what.
It's a coil that you normally drip onto the cotton, but with his box, you there's a little like the tank is built in, and you can squeeze it. You squeeze it, and it like kind of drips up into the cotton, and you do it like that. But he doesn't use that. He doesn't like to.
Yeah, no, tank's just much easier to use.
Yeah, he went and bought the cheapest tank they had.
Yeah. Oh, but I'm lucky they like me at the smoke shop, because I showed up, I was like, I got $23 and I need a 10 kids of vape juice. What you got for me? She was like, our cheapest tank's $30, and I was like, oh shit.
But she cut you a deal.
Yeah, she gave me that. She gave me the tank, and she gave me some vape juice for $23.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Yeah, it's real good.
Yeah, shout out to a smoking place in Statesboro.
What's her name? I'm not going to say her name.
Yeah, let's not say her name.
Yeah, that'd be
the hot
creepy.
one.
They're all hot, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
Still keeps her anonymous.
The smoke shop down the street from our house is full of just hot bitches and then one cool dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he actually recognizes us every time he comes in. Every time we walk in, he's like,
the
hey,
girls
sup, guys?
recognize us too, dude.
I know. We're in there too much.
We go there like fucking like once a week at least. Multiple times a week if I get more money.
We were in there today, actually.
Yeah, we went there today and bought cigars.
Yeah, first time we ever tried cigars. I suggest if you already smoke, try it. If you don't smoke, don't smoke. Vape. Be a faggot like us.
Yes, be a faggot. Now, see, I used to smoke regularly. Kinda.
I just did it for a real short time.
You did it for the flavor, you fucking faggot.
I didn't smoke for the flavor.
No, you vape for the flavor.
Yeah, I vape for the flavor.
You vape for the flavor. I kind of vape for the flavor, too. Because, it obviously does have a better flavor than cigarettes. Oh. But I also heavily vape for the nicotine. Okay, I use 12, or I normally go above 12, but all I had, it was 12 in the one that I'm vaping on right now.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to stick to 3.
Yeah.
We also vape CBD at times, though, and that's nice. Yeah, I got CBD in here right now. Oh, nice. I don't have any in here because I don't like the flavor. And plus, I'm trying to let you catch up because I use too much of it.
Yeah, you used a shit ton of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, mine burns so much more than his.
Okay, so we're finally getting to the big climax of our podcast.
Yeah,
the big orgasm of this podcast.
And if you're still here, you get to experience it, you 3 lucky people.
Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One.
Rogue One. So, how big of a Star Wars fan are you?
Well, I've seen all of them.
I've also seen all of them.
And I watched...
Have you seen the shitty Clone Wars animated movie?
No, but I watched the animated series.
I did both.
Damn it.
Have you seen the Christmas special?
I did not.
Where it's 20 minutes of Wookiees talking to each other with no subtitles?
No. What the fuck? Why? I hope somebody figured it out. I hope somebody figured out what they're talking about. Oh, man. If any of you find a translated video of that, send it to me.
So, we have not seen Rogue One yet. We're going to go see Rogue One this weekend, whenever it comes out, because we don't live in a big area where we can go to these fucking private-ass theaters and go to these screenings with limited releases and shit.
Yeah.
But we can't read other people's reviews.
Yeah.
So, we're not going to give our opinion on the movie. We're going to give our opinion on the reviews.
Yeah. Well, I am going to give my opinion on the movie.
No, fuck you.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10?
Yeah.
You mean 10 out of 5?
Sure.
I don't know.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it
So,
either.
I mean, from what I've seen so far, I can only say 5 out of 10.
Okay, so from what I'm hearing, a whole bunch of the shit from the trailers isn't even in the movie.
Really? They cut it?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay, so the most cringe-inducing line in the trailer where she's like, I rebel. Apparently that's not even in the movie.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they got some backlash on it and they were like, okay, cut that real quick.
But we can no longer go on the internet after I upload this video because there will be spoilers everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got to be cautious of that.
All over the place.
It's a good thing I work constantly, so I don't get to go on the internet much.
So, what people are saying about Rogue One is it is a very refreshing take on the Star Wars universe.
Didn't you see something about, like, saying it's the best since,
Will
since
Wheaton.
the original 3?
Will Wheaton said it's the best one since the original. Kevin Smith, I think, said it's the best since Empire Strikes Back.
Probably a little bit more accurate.
Okay, so Rogue One predictions. My predictions for Rogue One.
I think I'm just going to agree with all of them.
Really?
Yeah.
So I think either it's going to go off of what Matt Pat said in Film Theory, and it's just going to kind of... They're going to become the Knights of Ren, because they kind of line up.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to go with my original theory from when I first heard they were making this movie about all of them dying. I want to see the moment where they're kind of holding the line, kind of like at the end of Halo Reach, which I don't think you've even played Halo Reach.
I'd like them to go that route, but I'd say it's a much higher chance they're going to end up the Knights of Ren. Like, I think they're all going to end up turning out to be the bad guys.
Yeah, I think it could go either way, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of hoping for them dying, because setting up the Knights of Ren would make it better for the franchise overall, but having them die would be better for the movie.
Yeah.
For this individual movie, having them die would be would be all good and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if they are the Knights of Ren and they are working with the Sith and the Empire, then where were they during the original trilogy? I think the Knights of Ren is probably a newer thing.
That's true. That's possible.
They could be like... It could be the same people, and it could end up they're not bad, they're undercover.
I mean, that's possible, I guess.
Yeah, I think that would be a cool twist on it.
Although I don't think they'd get away with that twice. I don't think they can get in there, get the Death Star plans, get out, and then go back undercover later.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't know. Everybody involved with the Death Star got blew up.
Not Darth Vader.
Yeah, not Darth Vader. He died later, though.
Yeah. God damn it. I'm confident in the Death Star's ability to defend itself. Damn.
I hope that guy makes a comeback.
I want to see Grand Moff Tarkin again.
I'm interested to see Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Because he, we haven't seen him since the original 3.
No, he was in Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. Yeah, he got up out of his thing at the end at the Revenge of the Sith, and he was like, "No."
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it was all shitty.
Yeah, let's just forget those movies, though.
Fuck the prequels.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith was an okay movie. It was an okay movie, and then they fucked it up at the end with no. No. You don't have to add that. Just have him be kind of anguished, you know. You don't have to. You don't have to say everything, George Lucas. You don't have to have two characters look each other in the eye and be like, "I really, truly, deeply love you." You do it through actions. You can't have two people like Obi-Wan and Anakin just stand next to each other and be like, "Ha, we're friends." You have to show they're friends. There's the art of showing, not telling, is not strong with George Lucas.
Yeah.
I don't like sand.
It gets everywhere.
It's rough and irritating. It gets everywhere.
Oh, man. That just tells me Darth Vader's had fucking sand in his dick.
In his dick.
He said everywhere.
I have too. That's why I don't go to the beach.
I like the beach. I don't like swimming in the ocean. But
I hate
like
the beach. I fucking hate the beach. I hate the beach. I'm like Anakin. Fuck sand.
Hey, the actual ocean, though. Being out on the ocean.
It's shitty.
Oh, no, it's nice.
It's a big-ass fish toilet. I'd rather go in a pool. It's a big-ass human toilet.
Yeah. But no, it's a cool experience actually being out on the ocean. It's so pretty. If you can stop throwing up. It's like, oh, look at the awesome scenery. Blah.
That's pollution, Ronnie.
We literally saw a flower pot float past us.
That's pollution, Ronnie. Okay, I think we're probably dragging this on too long.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Nerdsplain Podcast.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, remember to like the video, comment on the video,
Subscribe to the video.
donate to our Patreon, give us money.
Yeah, like, if you have money, you're doing it wrong. That money is supposed to be ours.
Now we're fucking with you, but we'll make the show better.
Yeah.
This money is not going into our pockets if we get it.
Yeah, I promise. Like, the more money you donate to us, the more money you're donating to the show.
If you like the show.
Like, eventually, of course, eventually, some of it's gonna go to us.
Well, that's if it ever hits big.
Yeah.
If we ever start getting, like, shit tons of money we just don't know what to do with.
Yeah, then I'll buy a golden baseball cap. But
No, then we can start giving back to the audience and do, like, giveaways and shit.
yeah, we'll give away the golden baseball cap.
Fucking...
Just think about that.
I was thinking, like, Steam cards or some shit.
You donate $1, eventually you might get a golden baseball cap.
It's $1 per month, though, Ronnie.
Yeah. You don't tell them that. We do the Spotify thing. Just give us $1, guys.
Can't hurt that bad.
10 months later, you're $10 deep, wondering why you can't go to McDonald's tonight.
Okay, guys, but yeah, really, we're gonna end it here. Like, if you do like the show, please do donate to the Patreon. I know we're kind of a small channel to be asking for that, but really every dollar helps.
Yeah. Just. And
Also, if you've stuck
thank
around
you.
for this whole hour and a half of recording,
The fuck is wrong with you?
no, thank you for listening to our bullshit for an hour and a half, and then even considering donating.
But really, what is going on with your life? Reconsider your life. But thank you. Stick around. Bye-bye, guys.